Joining me now is the CEO and chairman of MP Materials, Jim Litinsky. Jim, thanks for being with me today. Rare earths are so crucial, especially when you talk about not only so many of the goods that are currently in operation today, but also when you think about future opportunities like EVs. And I've heard them described as rare earths are to magnets what semiconductors are to computing. And yet, MP is the only mine. It's the only situation we have here in North America. Why is that?
Yeah, well, good morning, Morgan, from Tokyo, and thank you for having me. And that's exactly it. Rare earth materials are extraordinarily critical for the modern economy, for electrification, EVs, wind turbines, drones, robots. And it really is, as you just said, the semiconductor analogy is key. These components are the upstream of what is ultimately trillions of downstream GDP. And if we've learned anything from the last few years in the economy, before you even get to the geopolitics of it, a single point of failure in a supply chain, is just not something we can tolerate. And so, the mission of MP Materials is to restore the full rare earth supply chain to the United States of America, from all the way upstream, all the way downstream to the magnets.
And of course, when we talk about restoring it to America, we're talking about restoring it to America from China, which is where the vast majority of rare earths, not only mining, but also refining, is happening right now.
Yes, that's correct. The practical reality is that at any one piece of this supply chain, if you don't have it all, then it is a single point of failure. And so the way to think about this supply chain is there's really three key components. There's the mining, there's the refining, and then there's the magnet making. And if you look at each of those pieces, ultimately down when you get to the magnet making, the Chinese magnet makers have a 90+% share, which means, our great companies building, again, EVs, wind turbines, or all sorts of other electronics devices for electrification, they're reliant on the Chinese supply chain as a single source.
Yeah, I mean, I've had conversations with officials within the Biden administration who've made it very clear that rare earths are a key focus of trade and commerce. They're a key focus of national security as well, because you're talking about rare earth materials that go into things like F-35 fighter jets as well. So what is it taking for you to be able to stand up this vertically integrated process from extraction of those rare earth materials all the way to that magnet making process and pulling that away from China and making it this reshoring effort?
Sure. Well, the good news is actually we've been at this for quite some time. So I founded the company in 2017. We took over Mountain Pass, which had been fallen into bankruptcy. People believed that the Chinese had taken over the industry and that an American company couldn't compete. We restored Mountain Pass. We're now producing more rare earth materials in the United States of America than we ever have in the 70-year history of Mountain Pass. So that's the good news. But the job isn't done. We actually have two more stages that are working in parallel. The second stage is the refining, which we've stated publicly that commissioning process is now happening. If you rewind, Morgan, about a year ago, we announced a total of a $700 million plan. We announced to tell you how important the rare earth supply chain is, we had a partnership announced with the Department of Defense where the President of the United States himself wanted to announce that. And so you can find that on YouTube. But at that time, about a year ago, we announced that we would commit $700 million to investing in the refining and the magnetics piece. And so we're in the process of commissioning the refining piece. But then also in parallel, we have a facility in Fort Worth that will be a magnet facility. We broke ground on that in April, and that building is now done. It'll take us some time to actually make the magnets, but that facility, we have a very large and foundational customer in General Motors. So we are working in parallel and quickly to solve this problem.
And now you're joining me from Japan as well. Talk to me about what you're doing in Japan and how this speaks to the global dynamics of this crucial supply chain.
Yes, and so Japanese industry is as concerned as American industry or pretty much all of global industry. And it really is, before you get to the geopolitics of it, it's just the single point of failure aspect. And the other thing is that depending on your view of whether this is, just a very competitive decade ahead in the global economy or it's going to devolve into something worse, the practical reality is, and I don't think that people fully appreciate this, but the Chinese OEMs are actually outselling the European OEMs in electric vehicles in Europe. And so I think when a lot of times in the West, we tend to be backward looking at some of these challenges. But the Chinese have very thoughtfully utilized the upstream of the supply chain to move downstream. And so I think that the bigger issue for American industry, for Japanese industry, for European industry is making sure that there's diversity in the supply chain so that even if it isn't a nefarious reason, even if it's just a competitive reason, one has to think that if there's a grab for materials and certain components upstream, that if the upstream is controlled by China, the Chinese companies competing against our companies are going to get access to those materials first. And so, our entire goal is to make sure that we create a magnetics champion in the West, and so that we can, help reduce some of that single point of failure risk.